Maria Holder Diabetes Center.
Lifestyle changes can be just as powerful as medication in controlling diabetes.
The Met Office is saying that bad weather is coming, so it's best for you to stay inside and listen to 15 diabetic-friendly minutes, all with the compliments of the Barbados Diabetes Foundation.
So if bad weather coming, why should I take time out to listen to this show?
Because Dr. Diane Bradford has some tips for you that's especially connected to this weather.
We've been experiencing a lot of rain, a lot of wind at some points in time, and we want to share a few extra tips.
So if you want to hear what those weather tips are that's especially designed for diabetics or any other condition,
I want to hear.
You need to listen. All with the compliments of the Maria Holder Diabetes Center, the Barbados Diabetic Eye Screening Program, and the bank that can cover your financial dreams so no bad weather can get you off track. Republic Bank.
Dream a dream and watch it become a reality. You can do anything. Pull up a chair, come sit and come share with Republic Bank. You can do anything. Yes, we're the one for you, making dreams come true. We're the one for you, your partner for life. We're the one for you, Republic Bank.
In 2026, diabetic eye screening and vascular services, the Maria Holder Diabetes Center is your #1 choice for the best diabetic services at the best price. If you are diabetic or pre-diabetic or would just like to get your numbers checked, diabetes doctors, nurses, a dietitian, and a range of health professionals are available to serve you. Just call 417-0305 for the Maria Holder Diabetes Center located in Warren St. Michael, saving your life and saving you money. Board members get 10% off.
A good Saturday morning, VOBers! Peter Boyce here. I don't know if you may have fallen, but you are not. But the Met Office said bad weather is on its way, so everybody should be taking heed of the Met Office advice. Keep out the sea.
The sea ain't going to back door.
And get yourself weather ready. And the same way you listen to the Met Office, you should also listen to the people who are concerned about your health. The good doctors and nurses at the Maria Holder Diabetes Center, located in Warren St. Michael, right behind you. It's Gibson Polyclinic. Especially if you are diabetic or pre-diabetic, when you hear warnings about getting your eyes screened for diabetic retinopathy, you need to pay attention to that. You don't want to lose your eyesight. So when the weather cool down, make sure and make that appointment.
I will do that.
And if your legs have been swelling up, have you been heeding the warnings to get a vascular screening?
I ain't got around to doing that yet.
Well, that's another thing you need to do, and that can be done at the Maria Holder Diabetes Center. And then you'll also find their dietitian Victoria Cox to give you eating advice. Don't let any and everybody be coming up to you,
You should eat this, you should eat that.
telling you what you should and should not be eating. The same way you listen to the Met Office, go straight to a food specialist, Victoria Cox, and you can find her at the Maria Holder Diabetes Center. The number to call to reach all of these services, get something and write it down, 417-0305 to reach
The Maria Holder Diabetes Center.
It is now time for Dr. Diane Bradford, Dr. D, to give you some tips connected to the weather.
So how Dr. D could be giving about the tips, boy? Is she a meteorologist? Can she see the future?
No, the difference is these weather tips are especially designed for if you are diabetic. So let's say happy Saturday to Dr. D.
Another happy Saturday to everyone from those of us at the Maria Holder Diabetes Center for the Caribbean. We've been experiencing a lot of rain, a lot of wind at some points in time, and we want to share a few extra tips other than the general tips you may be seeing on social media or hearing on the radio if you are living with diabetes or some other non-communicable disease. But always, I think regardless, have some kind of plan. Know where your nearest shelter is. Have a contact to somebody maybe that you can stay by if you're not going to be in a shelter. shelter. Have a plan as to how and when you're going to evacuate your house if you need to. And also, if you are living with a disability, as we know diabetes and NCDs can make you more prone to acquiring a disability, you may really want to think about setting up a very solid plan, knowing where shelters are that are accessible with ramps, with disability friendly toilets, but preferably stay with a friend or a family member if you can, so you can stay comfortable. So some questions that you need to ask yourself, and maybe you got a pen and a paper and write this down. Number one is medication. Do you have enough medication? Do you need to have a little bit of extra medication? I think one of the worst things that can happen is, you know that a storm is coming, your medication's running low, and you're going to run out while everywhere is in shutdown. So be prepared. Make sure that you have enough medication. Have you thought about how you're going to store medications that need refrigerating in the event electricity goes out? Have a plan to store your insulin. You may want to have a cooler bag which you can put inside of an ice container. Remember, do not put insulin directly on ice itself, as this may actually damage the insulin. But have a plan for storing insulin if you're using insulin. If you don't have access to it, but somebody in the community maybe has a generator, maybe you may think about asking that person in advance if you can store your medication there if power should go out. Have supplies to manage a low blood sugar. Remember, there are some medications used with the management of diabetes which can cause low blood sugar, self as the sulfonylureas, and some of the insulins may be more prone to than others. Also, if you don't know how to manage your blood sugar, make sure you learn how to manage it properly and alert those who live with you, around you, as to how to manage a low blood sugar and what some of the common symptoms of a low blood sugar are. This is something that I think that we can revisit very briefly next week. This is low blood sugar, signs, symptoms, and management. Make sure you have a testing kit to check in your blood sugars, and you have some extra batteries. Once again, we don't want to get caught out with no batteries, no electricity, and everywhere on shutdown. In the event of an emergency or the need to evacuate, know all your medications, know your medical diagnosis. You want to know the type of diabetes that you have. This can have serious implications as to how you may be treated or how quickly attention may be required for you. Okay? And you also want to make a list of these things and put that list in your little waterproof bag with your important documents. Also, please have some form of emergency identification bracelet if possible, highlighting that you may be living with diabetes, or you may be on insulin, or you have other non-communicable diseases. I want to say shoes. We have spoken about shoes probably every single week. There's no barefootedness in the weather or even outside the weather. No barefootedness inside the house or outside the house. You may be having little repairs going on after bad weather. You don't know what debris has been put down, what little shards of wood. Please don't take any chances. And no slippers. If you are wearing a dressing for a wound, you really do not want that wound to get wet. We're having a lot of water right now, or the dressing to get wet. If your dressing should become wet, I would caution against using a hair dryer to dry your dressing. Some people I have been informed have told me they've been told they can put a hair dryer at a low level on their dressing. I strongly advise against it. We have actually seen cases of people coming in with heat burns on top of their wounds, making their wounds much more serious and severe through the use of a hair dryer. Remember, when you put a hair dryer on a bandage that's wet, it's going to generate heat, and you really don't necessarily want that against your wound. So just be very careful, and absolutely no hot hair dryers at all. The best thing to do is actually to remove the wet dressing, cover it with gauze, strap it up or bandage it, and see how quickly you can get that dressing replaced. Make sure you have a good supply of clean drinking water. Not only may you not have water, but it's going to be hot. So you want clean drinking water, and water that's collected from other sources, and maybe you use it for, obviously the toilet and wash and other things. But where you need to drink water, please make sure that water is clean. And once again, seek prompt medical attention if you sustain any form of injury or if you're unwell as soon as the all clear is given. There will be emergency numbers around if there isn't all clear but you're having a medical emergency, or you can call your trusted care providers or our local hospital for advice. Just some general points I want to remind you of. Do you have sources of light, extra lights, batteries? We mentioned water already. Limit opening and closing of your fridge, especially if you have insulin in it, because you don't want it to cool down too much or get too hot. Unplug all your electricals, and once again, I can't reiterate enough, please wear proper shoes, and also please stay indoors during bad weather. And remember, charge your phone fully, and if you have battery packs, charge those as well. We urge you please to be safe during this season, and any further information that you may need, please ask your care provider or feel free to contact us for further information. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. D. As we move into our Saturday song of the day, and I want to thank everyone who came out to Golden Soca last week, Saturday. A good thing we get through before this weather. And this is the 2026 Monarch Adrian Clark, who performed at the show doing this song, Legends from the Grave. Compliments the people who want to keep you healthy and stop you from going to an early grave, the Maria Holder Diabetes Center, and Republic Bank.
I took a shortcut through the cemetery. Tell you what I see and hear, but you won't believe me. Some dead Californians, some foreign, some Bajan, gathering around the two man, having conversation.
Maria Holder Diabetes Center.
When some would fill as to have a man-to-man chat about life and calypso. I saw Winston Bailey standing in the shadow. Someone in the basement from hell, shilling Winston so-so. I was scared as hell, anyone could tell. But the spirit deep within me said this was opportunity. Them tell me don't fuss, you is one of us. Shadow tell me come join, he was dead serious. He tell me don't pay them no mind, them only passing time. Just taking a look at what we left behind. Questions you could ask, answers you could find. Don't be afraid of ghosts, just enjoy the life. I'm trying my best not to be brave, surrounded by legends from the grave, knowing one day that I will be joining them in the cemetery. I'm trying my best not to be brave, surrounded by legends from the grave, knowing one day that I will be joining them in the cemetery.
The Maria Holder Diabetes Center.
Cheryl, share with us your experience of the challenge of living with diabetes.
It has been very challenging because I had developed diabetic neuropathy in my feet. That was a challenge, and I was recommended to attend the Diabetic Center at Warren's, and that was the best decision that I could have made. They gave good advice and treatment, and I like the fact that they have a complete team, a range of medical assistance for diabetics, such as your eyes, your heart, and your general health, and they're very professional. I'm saying that diabetes is not a death sentence. It's challenging, but you can manage it, you can live with it. You need to be disciplined. And also make sure, if you're listening to the program this morning and you haven't already gone, please visit the Diabetic Center at Warren's. There's a great team there. They give you advice, they guide you through, and you'll be much better for it.
Cutting-edge international medical services are waiting for you at the Maria Holder Diabetes Center. If you are listening to VOB right now and you are diabetic or pre-diabetic, vascular screening, diabetic eye screening, dietitian consultation, foot services can all be accessed by calling 417-0305. Make that call today. The last 15 minutes you heard on VOB was brought to you with the compliments of the Barbados Diabetic Eye Screening Program, the Maria Holder Diabetes Center, and Republic Bank. Until next time.
Diabetes doubles your risk of heart disease. Know your numbers today.
Did you know nearly 1 in 5 adults in Barbados have diabetes? Did you know diabetes is one of the leading causes of vision loss in the world? Regular eye screening can save your eyes. Contact the Barbados Diabetic Eye Screening Program today.
Dream a dream and watch it become a reality. You can do anything. Pull up a chair, come sit and come share with Republic Bank. You can do anything. Yes, we're the one for you, making dreams come true. We're the one for you, your partner for life. We're the one for you, Republic Bank.
Holder Diabetes Center.